House Friday night AA meeting and live stream. Whether you're joining us from across town or across the country, we're grateful you have taken the time to be here with us tonight. No matter where you are in your journey, whether you're just beginning to seek help, celebrating years of sobriety, supporting a loved one, or simply looking for hope, you are welcome here. At Hopper House Recovery Center, we believe that recovery is possible, lives are being restored, and that no one is beyond the reach of God's grace. Many of us come here broken, hopeless, and searching for a way out. Through the 12 steps, fellowship, service to others, we found a new way of living. Let's hear some stories tonight of experience, strength, and hope. I hope you all enjoy our meeting. Thank you for being here.
When I saw make a voicemail for Samantha. At this time, the Samantha is not available. She's not in at this time right now. Please leave your message. If I wanted to, I'm about 8. Yeah. That it make a point. I'm not gonna make a point.
That's good. Nothing you heard. Already been made. You did that at once.
Makes the water for the top of it. I don't have them last year. They should go to the store and buy half a shot of vinegar and freaking. They have this.
All right, y'all, hands up. Welcome to Hopper House Friday night AA meeting. We'll start with a moment of silence followed by serenity prayer. God,
Serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can.
all right, y'all. Do we have any newcomers here tonight? First Hopper House meeting or even first Friday night meeting?
My name's Nova.
What's up, Nova?
What's up, Nova? Welcome back.
Clean date, 24 hours.
Congratulations.
Any announcements? Yeah, I do have one announcement. Ryan asked me to mention we're doing a car wash tomorrow. We're leaving from the community here at 8:30 in the morning. We'll go till 1 o'clock. So if anybody needs community service hours, it's a good opportunity to get some and show you a decent time. Is anybody opposed to vaping?
I'm sorry, what time does the car wash start?
We're gonna leave here at 8:30. It starts at 9.
Okay, I'm gonna get my car wash. Thank you.
Go
donate.
Who you see here and what you hear here, let it stay here. Please keep profanity to a minimum for our spiritual principles. The donation basket's going to be passed around to keep up with our seventh tradition, contributions for federal rent, utilities, coffee, and other things. This is the preamble. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other, where they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is the desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We're self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, or organization or institution. It does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. All right, I've asked a friend to read how it works.
I'm David. I'm an alcoholic addict, 5/14/26. How it works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They have seemed to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders. but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you have decided you want what we have and are willing to go any length to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. At some of these we bought. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, and powerful. Without help, it is too much of this, but there is one who has all power, and that is God. May you find him now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care was completely abandoned. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. Number one, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. Number two, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Number three, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood. Number four, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Number five, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our lives. Number six, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Number seven, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. Number eight, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Number nine, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Number 10, continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted. Number 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. Number 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. Many of us explained, we're in order, I can't go through with it. Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter to the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear three pertinent ideas. A, that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own life. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. Number C, that God could and would if he were sought.
Thank you, David.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, David. That's another friend to read the tradition.
12 traditions of alcoholics anonymous. My name is Thomas,
Thomas.
recovered alcoholic, clean date 2/5/25. The 12 traditions of Alcoholics Anonymous. Number one, our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends upon AA unit. Two, for our group purpose, there is but one ultimately authority, a loving God as he may express himself in our group conscience. Our leaders are trusted servants. They do not govern. Number three, the only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. Number four, each group should be autonomous except in matters affecting other groups or AA as a whole. Number five, each group has but one primary purpose, to carry its message to the alcoholic who still suffers. Number six, an AA group ought never to endorse, finance, or lend the AA name to any related facility outside enterprise, lest problems of money, property, and prestige divert us from our primary purpose. Number seven, every AA group ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. Number eight, Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers. Number nine, AA as such ought never to be organized, but we may create service boards or committees directly responsible to those they serve. Number 10, Alcoholics Anonymous has no opinion in outside issues, hence the AA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. Number 11, our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. Number 12, anonymity is a spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principle before personality.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, y'all. I got a topic for us tonight. We do have a smaller group, so I just want to kind of throw out there, if there's anything weighing on you, anything you're extra grateful for, anything you just feel like sharing on that's off topic, tonight's a good night to do it. Well, I'll read here, we can kind of start with,
Page.
we're gonna start on page 25. Check, the paragraph starts with there is a solution. It says here, there is a solution. Almost none of us like the self-searching, the leveling of our pride, the confession of shortcomings which the process requires for a successful consummation. But we saw that it really worked in others, and we had come to believe in the hopelessness and futility of life as we have been living it. When, therefore, we were approached by those in whom the problem had been solved, there was nothing left for us but to pick up the simple kit of spiritual tools laid at our feet. We had found much of heaven, and we had been rocketed into the fourth dimension of existence, of which we had not even dreamed. Y'all want me to read it again?
Please.
Paragraph starts with there is a solution on page 25. There is a solution. Almost none of us like the self-searching, the leveling of our pride, the confession of shortcomings which the process requires for successful consummation. But we saw that it really worked in others, and we had come to believe in the hopelessness and futility of life as we had been living it. When, therefore, we were approached by those in whom the problem had been solved, there was nothing left for us but to pick up the simple kit of spiritual tools laid at our feet. We had found much of heaven, and we had been rocketed into a fourth dimension of existence, of which we had not even dreamed. So I'm Charles, I'm an alcoholic. I've had a couple sponsors, and they all kind of have harped on this paragraph, and so it kind of sticks out to me. But for me to actually want to get sober, to actually want to try to work the steps, and I've tried several times before I got through them. It says in this paragraph, we had come to believe in the hopelessness and futility of life as we've been living it. And when I really understood and believed that, you know, my life is going nowhere, that I am living in insanity, that I'm just doing the same shit over and over and over, and I'm getting myself in the same situations, not only that, but they're getting worse. And there's one common denominator, it's drugs and alcohol. And at that point, you know, it wasn't even fun for me anymore. And, you know, there were plenty of times that I tried to drink or use to get away from the way I was feeling, and it just amplified how I was already feeling. If I was feeling guilty, I just felt even more guilty. If I was feeling regretful or ashamed, then I was even more ashamed by it after using. And so I just got to the point where I realized, like, this is really nothing for it. It's not even giving me temporary relief. It's just making things worse. And on top of that, I have consequences down the road I got to deal with because I spent all my money on things like drugs and alcohol instead of paying rent, paying my car payment, cell phone, whatever it was. You know, I'm blowing up all my relationships. I'm losing job after job. There's always consequences that followed. And I just realized this is absolutely insane that I'm doing this to myself and that I'm putting myself through this, knowing that when I drink and use drugs, this is what's going to happen, and I do it anyway. So I really did believe, you know, coming to Hopper House, that I could not live like that anymore. I didn't know how to live. I didn't know what the right way looked like, but I knew that the way I was living was getting me absolutely nowhere, and I've proven it time and time again to myself. So it also says in the start of this paragraph, none of us like the leveling of our pride, the confession of our shortcomings, which process requires. So yeah, it is work to do these steps. It's a lot of work, and it's not very fun at all. And there's highs and lows, at least for me, there was working the steps. And, you know, when I do my inventory on some days, you know, I feel very grateful and glad that I've worked this program. And other days, it just feels like a pain in the ass, but I still have to do the work. And, like I said, if I hadn't fully come to believe that the way I was living was going to get me the exact same outcomes that I've shown to myself over the years, then I never would have taken the steps seriously. I never would have tried to work them with, you know, actual effort. Like I said, I tried it in the past and I always gave up, or when I started doing the work, like, you know, I thought it wasn't worth it, whatever it was. But I guess what I'm getting at is, you know, I really, really did believe in my soul. Without knowing what the solution was, I knew that it could not be the way I was going. And so I'm very, very grateful that I came to a place that showed me what the right way looks like. And we got guys like Chris and Ryan and all these leaders and everything else that have worked the steps that were a clear example for me of, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but maybe these guys do, and I can listen to them and try to pick up on it. And slowly but surely, my life's gotten better. And by no means am I doing perfect at this. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way since I've been here, but I am very, very grateful to this place and what it's taught me and the examples I have around me. So, not to put beyond kind of on that paragraph, like I said, if there's anything that's weighing on you, anything you want to share that's off topic, tonight's a good night to do it. We'll start with Jacob and go around the room and then just leave that like we normally do.
Thank you, Charles.
Charles. Jacob.
The part that stuck out to me was, I was like the self-searching, the leveling of our pride and affection of the children. For me personally, if I remember I was in my addiction or if I remember I was going through something, I had to look back and look at the problem that I caused, not necessarily what other people caused or what I think is what caused it. It all comes down to how sick am I, and I didn't want to look at that. I didn't want to have to look, at myself, in the mirror, and it's like I was blaming other people for my issues that I had going on, trying to project that anger, trying to project that, hurt, or whatever was going on. And I think that comes with a lot of pride right there. I've seen it here in the community. I've seen it pretty much out there in the world. It's like, people are still in their head, still in their addiction. It's like they want to blame people for everything that's going on in their lives. They mess up, and it's like, it's time to find a way out. And that's not a hard thing. It's like you have to look at yourself and what you did in that situation, and look at issues that you caused yourself, and so don't blame others for your mess up. They're basically that. So,
Thank you.
I'm Kelly, I'm a recovered addict. When I came here last year, I was at the end of my road. Man. I've been homeless for 5 years. No matter what I did, it just got worse. Get a job and lose it. Get another job and lose it. I just knew I wanted something different. Tired of the same old, same old. I got old, and I didn't know what else to do. Somebody I know had been trying to get me into the Hopper House for about the last 4 years. I was like, I'm gonna do it on my own. And it just got to a point where I realized that I didn't know how to do it on my own. And when I first got here, I started going over the steps and reading the book and thinking, man, I don't know about all this. But I'm looking at the guys around me and seeing what's going on in their life and what they're doing, and I'm seeing it working. And even though I'm kind of hard-headed like that, and even though I saw it working, I don't know about all this. I do some of them, but I'm not. I don't know about the rest of them. And even though I completed the program, I left, and shortly after I left, I went on my 8 month binge. And I realized, being out there and going back through everything, and then having a daughter in January that I can't live like that anymore. First off, it's not about me anymore. I got a daughter that I brought into this world, and I want to be a father that I never had. And so when I came back in, I had to realize that I can't just do some of these steps. I have to do everything, and I have to clean my house completely, because the things I didn't completely clean out last time are some of the reasons why I went back out into my addiction. So for all you newcomers that are just coming in and thinking, I'll just do some of this, no, you have to do it all. You have to do it all. If you're an addict or an alcoholic, a true addict or alcoholic, you have to do it all. And I just encourage you to get your house clean, first time, so that way you don't have to make the mistakes that I made. That's it.
Jonathan coming at it.
Johnson.
Right here says, there is a solution. Then I go from here. Leveling of our pride. Okay. Not only that, but the self-searching. Okay. And then it come here and say confession of shortcomings. Let me see. I had it all in my mind. Well, I'll put it like this. I'm different. And God is working with me each and every day on my problems. My main problem is the way I think. You know. So I came up with a solution. I've been working at it. It's like I said the last time, I make my plans at night. Pray to God. Then, in my mind, I don't care where I'm at, I'm gonna recite one of these steps. Because my memory is bad. When it comes to remembering the important things, you know, such as these steps. And when I do this, I get all the information I want when I do that. Because I'm looking at the things that I do while I'm reciting the step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I take it and I put it in record with what I'm doing each and every day. And I worked out a plan for myself, you know, because your plan might not work for me. My plan might not work for you. But yet still, give everything to God. God woke me up. God put people like you all in my life. God put Chris, Ryan, Howard, Brandon, everybody. He did that. And I get bits and pieces from it. I'm gonna sit here and tell you that, hey, look here. I know I got it. But the doggone. Even every time I failed, I got back up. That's where my strength comes from. God himself. I get at the point that I say, I'm tired. I say, God, give me strength. Like I said the other day, I know this book. I've been in many rehab. But I'm not giving it to the rehab, I'm giving it to God. And then I can pat myself on my back. Because I know God is there. I know I'm doing the right thing. I ain't gonna get credit for nobody but God. That's the peace. God is the one. I'm sitting up there in sorrow over something right now that I ain't got no powers, I can't change that. You don't have to know what it is, but yeah, I'm feeling it. It's deep in my heart. But yet still, that's a stumbling block for me. I gotta let that go. I gotta let it go, man. Because I got something else more important. That's my life. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, John.
I was gonna say it.
What they call it, or they call it, you know, the sex. Yeah, I like how it relates to what you're because you know, through prayer, you know, works, service, you know, dedication, Trying to look at it. I'm not trying to do anything. Ourselves. So let the word be some existence. Very important. Very important. So I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be here. I think one way is just to enjoy it to get my maturity. I know them. It's good. I appreciate the here. I like the crochet. I appreciate the
Thank you, sir.
Stephen, I'm at it.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, David, 11.3.3.
All right, Steve.
Call along.
Call.
My name's Chris.
Chris.
Just thankful to, I got nothing about these to be thankful for. So, we just, put one foot together, trusting God, knowing that, I have a whole lot more, I had a lot of things going for me, in my personal life. And, I know it takes one little slip up and I'm wrong. So, and that's not maybe the drive that keeps me going every day. It's just the thought of, I'm 45, been 10 through 3 times, and see shit that I don't never want to experience again. And, some hard stuff that I, need that went me, just doing some crazy things in life. But, it was, all reverse back, I've been saying this ever since I've been here. I'm continuing to hear me say it for the next 4 months. And I've changed the thinking, I've changed my thinking, I've changed my ways, just like everybody else in here, man, I can never go to that store, go grab beer and drink on the way home, smoke some weed, be some mad, whatever it is, get away with it, until I finally get caught. You know what, that's the old me, that's my old thinking. My reservations now are, trying to get up out of here, trying to move to another state. Having a relationship with my higher power more now than I've ever had. It's just it's all mindset.
Jonathan, alcoholic.
Jonathan.
Our officer,
So Mark.
I guess today was all right. Including my meds. So I took him to 30. I'm just living day by day, trying to pray every day. What I can control to the Lord above, whatever I can, try to do what I can. So I'm looking for a job Monday, so that's a good thing. The weekend.
Thank you, Lord.
Weird, habit,
Dr. Hughes?
like an addict. I like it. Got it good all the time.
Yeah, I'm thankful for small not here, but small. My brother is out here to see me.
Amen.
My brother just passed. I'm not 36. My mother was here.
Todd, I'm gonna come at it. It's hard, thankful for a lot of things. Thank you. Not thankful for allergies, let me tell you, it's trying to drive me nuts. But that's about it, that's all I got.
Great.
Great.
I'm grateful, man. I got a job. My boss sucks, but and I'm really just trying to get my kids back in my life, man. I miss them, and it's hard because, like, ever since my kid's mom's boyfriend, came to the picture of, this dude's just super insecure, man. Like, every time I link up with my baby mom, we end up, hooking up. And like, he's so scared of losing her that he's, trying to do everything he can to keep me out of the picture. I caught a case over him for aggravated assault a couple years ago, and he's still being a little bitch. And I'm just like, the devil in me, it's like, fucking case of crackhead on the street. Like, I get mad, dude, and like, I know things are good right now because, like, I'm in a good place, like, good things are happening in my life, and this is just the devil trying to take me out, and give me a revert back to, a bad way of thinking, because, like, I really do, like, just want to handle it, just be really type shit, but, like, I guess I gotta tell him myself, he had a protective order against me, and he convinced my baby mom to get one too. She lied to get hers because she didn't have no reason to get it. They served it to me while I was locked up. So like, I'm trying to, I don't make enough money to even get part of their life right now anyway. Like, I make enough money to pay my rent, to get like a little bit of groceries. I pay my child support and shit. Like, that takes a lot out of me. So I'm trying to like I got a new sponsor today. I'm gonna start working the steps again. I'm gonna just try to do money for right now, but I do that, I say that, but then part of me is like, nah, you're a piece of shit, like, you need to pursue your kids, but like, I kind of just gotta put that off for right now, it's not doable. And like, I get stressed out because like, I'm only making like $18 an hour, like, you can't do nothing with your life making $15 an hour right now, you just can't, they don't support a family, so I'm kind of stressing when it comes to that. I got offered a better job opportunity that pays a lot more, but I wouldn't be getting out of work till 7 o'clock, and we got meetings at 7 o'clock, so I can't take the job. So I'm like, fuck, man, like, what I gotta do, But I'm trying to stay focused, trying to stay grateful, trying to stay calm, trying to stay godly. That's it.
My name is Bradley, I'm a recovering alcoholic. And so, day to day.
Awesome.
I got a recovery date of 6/10/2016. Got a clean day, a lot sooner than that. So it said, well, I'm gonna kind of get off topic, but it said, we feel that man is unthinking when he says that sobriety is enough. So over and over, I'm like, man, all I gotta do is stay clean, right? All I gotta do is stay, not drink, stay sober, or an AA sober. But no, man, there's a lot to it. There's a lot more to it than just not drinking, right? I have to be of service. I I have to be active. Another thing I have to watch out is for putting myself in position at the expense of other people. Because if I'm not, well, then going back to on 25 where about the deep effective, pretty much the psychic change will, before it didn't matter who I had to step on to climb up, right? To be the king, you gotta beat the king, right? Well, we're not in that setting no more, right? I agree with, there's a couple things I agree with, and it's all, at the end of the day, it's my decision. So they're my consequences. That's another change that comes from God, right? Because I put myself in a dangerous spot, like, the mother of my child has my child now, so like there's no telling, how that's gonna go. And she's been here this long with me, and then all of a sudden now all these other things are an issue about where I'm at. So I don't know, man. I gotta just put it in God's hands. I know right here, right now, I'm in the best place I could be for my child. I know my mind don't feel like it, but if I really just sit down and think about it, me being here doing what I'm doing, trying to get better, trying to work this program, right now, that's all I can do for my daughter, right? I can't do nothing else for her right now, but just try to be a better me. So, I'm gonna be a better me, right? Shit happens. Today, I'm not hopeless. I'm not hopeless. I'm a good little powerless, little unmanageable, but I'm far from hopeless. If we're here today, there's hope, man. You know what I mean? We're in this room. I have to just learn to shut down those. Another thing I read about, something about they approach it from the flank. They don't do face-to-face combat. So just be careful, man. Mind your P's and Q's, do what you gotta do. And if you're struggling I'm struggling with all that too, about money per hour, gotta do this, that for my kids, I'm a piece of shit because all those things are things that go in my head. But I have to just combat it with doing the best you can do right here, right now. Because if I wasn't here right now, where would I be? I'd be out there, somebody be getting hurt. I'd rather be going to jail. And then rather want to be in this daughter's life, period. Because of a choice he made. So I'm going to choose to stay here in this seat that I've earned. Just stick it out. Thank God for that.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, Robert, I'm Maddie.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, Robert, 26. I don't know, I've been kind of going through it the last couple of days, but the other day I was just thinking to myself about all the things that I gotta be grateful for, because I got a good job, rent's paid, I'm sober, staying in the Word, but I got that negative side coming at me. I guess the devil trying to tell me what I'm not. So that's been kind of rough, but I'm just glad to be here.
Amen.
One of these alcoholic, Maddie. May 19th, 29th. I'm just joking.
I did love you.
My name is Roberto Acosta. I'm an addict. My sobriety date, like the last time I used drugs was in 11/7/2023. I had options to do drugs in prison, like the cellie that I had speaking under me. Like I would look down and I see him shoot dope, and he had torches and they had the whole shebang, they had everything there, but I chose not to. I was glad I made those choices. I'm glad I'm making the choices I'm making today. Yeah, it's like God, you know what I'm saying? He put it in me to make that choice. It was up to me to make it. All these choices, and I'm making these choices. And I do stress out too, like homeboy said back here, about, you know what I mean, like the kids, I want to do this and that, so I just gotta kind of slow my roll. I think that's what Hopper House, they try to
they try to teach me to just slow down a little bit. I can't do everything at once. Can't control everything. But I know how to separate the devils. You know what I'm saying? I know how to separate his thoughts from the real thoughts. And I just go day by day. And I seen some people at work, they were high. And it made me feel bad for them. Like, 'cause I don't know. It's a choice they live with. It sucks because like I try to talk to her, and I have a bad habit of reading people, and it's just, I don't know, something I picked up, but she could tell that I was reading her, like I was, you know what I'm saying, looking at her hand gestures and her movements while she was talking to me, and she started getting really insecure because she knew that I knew she was on drugs, and she started just talking like real sloppy and moving her hands all weird and stuff, and I kind of just left the conversation because it got really awkward, and I felt bad for her. But I hope further along the way that I can just like help people. But that's what I wanted to do when I was in prison. I was like, man, I want to help somebody. I want to reach a hand out and help somebody. So I don't think I'm in a position to do that yet. But hopefully I'll get there. But I'm just thankful for everything that God has done for me so far to this day. I'm in a different position than I was a month ago. A month ago I was in prison. I couldn't talk to my kids. I had nothing to offer them. And I'm about to be sending a big old check to my kids. And I'm about to do a video call and I'm free. And these are all choices that I made. I had a choice that I made. You know, so yeah, that's all I got. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
My name is Thomas and I'm an alcoholic.
Thomas?
And they 2525. I like the topic in the very first sentence. It says there is a solution, and there is a solution. In here, there's a solution. In these chairs, there's a solution. In this environment, there's a solution. But there's more of a solution in the recovering alcoholic. More of a solution because if it worked for them, it worked for me. We're a bunch of knuckleheads. We're a bunch of hardheads in here. That's for sure. But I look forward right in front of me, and there's this right here is a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. It's got a sign in front of him. It's showing him as an example. Look what I'm doing, and that's an example for me to keep going. My kids are 30 years old already, but they're still my kids, and we've done them a lot of harm in our families. But this is a good place to start the mend. You got to look at yourself in the mirror at some point. You got to look at yourself in the mirror at some point. There's nobody else in the room but me and the dude in the mirror. And once you do that, you'll come to that there is a solution. It's looking at that man in the mirror. Stop fooling yourself. Fool yourself all you want to. You'll wind up in the benefit. When we get up. So, that's all I got.
I'm David. I'm an alcoholic addict, 5/14/26. This time around, I'm gonna do like I've done all my life. I'm gonna seek first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness. All these other things will be added unto me. I'm gonna try to do that again with all my heart. And I'm gonna pick up the tools, this AA book, and I'm gonna do it with all my heart. I need to fall in love with the Lord Jesus again and fall in love with this. And I'll do the best I can. And if I mess up, and I pray to God I don't, I'll get back up.
That's right.
That's all I can do.
Yes, sir.
Hey, David. My name's Matt, and I'm an alcoholic addict.
So, Matt.
I'm grateful that I'm able to get outside of myself today, help others. We do a lot of community service today, and I enjoyed it. I feel like I'm just settling in here now. I've been here 10 days now. I reached out and got a sponsor, started working the steps, and I come in here and I listen to others and what y'all have to say. And I picked up on things, little simple things. And I read in the big book, I think it's on 86, where it talks about upon awakening, when we're retired at night and when we're agitated. And I've implemented those into my daily
daily program, you know, and I've noticed a calmness about me on the worrying side, because I'm a worrier. I worry about everything. You know, where am I going to work? Am I going to be able to pay rent and child support like I hear a lot of people? But I've implemented that, and I feel a calmness about it. I'm happy. I'm glad I'm here. I know that much. Something else that was on my mind. You know, I lost my mom on October 11th. I was locked up. I feel like a piece of shit because of that. She died in the hospital, which was totally. I was just floored. I was shocked. It was just one of those things. And I don't think, you know, you don't really mourn in jail. You don't really have that. You just don't. And then when I got out, April 10th, I went just all the way out there. You know, that's how I dealt with it. And now, you know, 10 days, she's coming to my mind. I start thinking about things, you know, because me and her used to talk all, you know, 3 or 4 times on the phone. Even when I was, you know, in my addiction full-fledged, I would always call mom. And she was the one that was always there. But she's not here anymore. That's something that I guess I'll have to deal with. I feel guilty of probably the pain that I've caused that relationship. That's the one thing that I want to deal with. But I've heard a lot of good stuff in here, man. I like coming to these meetings because I've gone to meetings before outside, and you know, you get people in there that have 20, 30, 40 years, and I feel like, this is just me, I feel like they talk above my head, you know, and when I speak, it's like, yeah, whatever, you know, you don't have shit to say or anything to offer. But in here, I feel like I can just come out with what I want to say and what's going on with my situation, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's a relatability in here, you know, and I like that. That's part of why I feel like I feel comfortable here. But I'm just thankful to be here. I'm enjoying this meeting, and that's all I have.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm Gordon. I'm an addict. Man, I really like this topic today. There is a solution. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy because I'm finally at a point where I can see the solution actually working in me, you know. And you know, I whenever I came here, you know, I had to level my pride. I had to look at myself in the mirror, and I had to admit that, man, I'm at a point where I need to get help. I've got to get over this. And you know, I called up Chris, and he brought me in here, and it's just crazy because, you know, it says that, you know, we're approached by those in whom the problem had been solved, and there was nothing left for us to pick up the simple kid, the tools laid at our feet, you know. And I felt like being in here, being with this congregation, this community of this fellowship of men, and working these steps and putting God first for the first time in my life. Man, I can actually see it working in me, and it's just an amazing feeling whenever that happens. It really is. And it works if you work it. I know that, you know, we say it all the time, but damn, man, it really does. Like I came in here, put my head down, and just started working the steps. I didn't rush through them. I've just been doing them as I go, but really working them. And man, the change I've seen in myself, everything that's happened in my life in the last month, it's amazing. I mean, nothing I can't say. It's got to be God. You know, it's got to be me putting God first, and there's no other way to put it. And there is a solution. And this place, for me, like I said, the Hopper House, with this community, this fellowship, and putting God first and working the steps like they're supposed to be worked. Man, it's the solution for me, and it'll help anybody who does it. You can overcome this stuff.
And I'm happy to be here, guys, so thank you all.
All right, Sam, I'm gonna cover that.
Yes, sir.
Sam, I've been clean sober for 4 years.
Good.
And I'm grateful to be here. Because where I was at, this is a great place right here. That's about all I have right now.
Glad you're here, Sam.
Glad you're here, Sam. I do record that. 2019, 2023. I have for today.
Giovanni, addict alcoholic. I didn't want to come to this meeting, not because of the meeting, but just like sometimes, you know, get in my mood or whatever. Today, I was completely out of control with anger at the gas station because there was a couple people that were just sitting in their car, like not even pumping gas, just sitting at the pump, and I'm trying to get going because trying to beat the heat and all that. But I realized, and I called my sponsor, I realized that I was way out of there, man. Like just a grown man throwing a fit, you know what I mean? Like just that's embarrassing, you know what I mean? But the big book tells us that we got to confront those things and be honest about it if we're ever going to grow from it. Because if I just act like if it's no big deal or it didn't happen, then I'm not really addressing the issues. So what I am grateful for is this facility and this program, because out there I wasn't getting it, and I feel like I have more of a chance here because it implements it into a lifestyle. And I was a part of Sherwood Group for a long time, and I saw people come in, man, and I just kept relapsing, and I saw people come in and get it the first time, and so a part of me began to feel convinced that it just wasn't going to work for me. You know what I mean? But I guess it's just if that's how we feel, then it's probably God calling us to get deeper into it than just be on the surface. To find more. I like what Bradley said yesterday. I think it was that we got to help the next suffering alcoholic, and that's what it's about. So it's not about me. It's about what I can contribute. That's all I got.
Thank you. My name is Nova. I'm recovering alcoholic now. First words, Charles Red, man, hit me like a ton of bricks because the last time I just talked to my sister, I told her the last words I said after I cut it off was that there is no other solution. I don't think there's a solution at all. Before I went and checked myself in at the hospital, we told them to leave the last voice message y'all have. I hope you keep on to them. That's all that's going to be left. So all I know, they probably think I'm dead right now. Leave it at that. First word said there is a solution. I wanted to cry just now. I could talk till I'm blue in the face. One of the things I was always been good at. But yeah, I've never given myself the time to chance. Like I thought I had. I mean, I've been through a ring and a half, man. I thought I've been dead before. Don't go out to the streets, you know. I want to feel a little bit. So we're just glad to be back home, man. Got a family I've been lying about the whole time around here. My bros, I'm still here, man. I'm stoked about that, man. That's my big hope. I just crying. I didn't feel like I had it in me. I've been running this church called Methodist. Never attended there, but that's been my sanctuary. Where a couple weeks ago, a cop pulled up on me. Wanted to know who I was talking to. He thought I was arguing with somebody because I was yelling. And I wasn't arguing with nobody. Like, I was like, there's nobody here. Like, you heard you talk to somebody? And I was like, no, I was talking to God, praying, crying, yelling. And started a trend out of it. Actually, they see me on the streets, pull up on me all the time. People started tripping, started thinking I was a cop. But probably actually worked in my favor here lately, you know, because of that, you know what I mean? Sad, but yeah, man, I've been fighting demons I never thought I'd fight before, let alone I'm glad to be back, man. So,
No. Glad you here, no. I'm John. I'm glad to be here. Just tired of the war out today. To be up to the good Lord and let Him guide the way. As you say, you heard each and every day and just take one step at a time and you get better every day. Thank you.
Thank you, John. All right, Joel, this meeting's designed to last an hour, and we're about there. I've asked Gio to do the chips here.
Here at the Hopper House, we celebrate various lengths of sobriety and clean time. This is AA, sorry. Would anybody like a welcome chip? First meeting, outward expression of an inward desire to try this lifestyle just 24 hours at a time. Nova, man, I'm happy to give you this, brother. Welcome back.
Different time to do it this than the last time. We might have to hold on to this, man. Like, just do it here, and I'm keeping this one.
All right, Nova, glad you're here, brother. Anybody else for 24 hours? How about 30 days? 1 month, all right? Dave, what's up, brother? Yes, sir.
I'm gonna do what I said when I said what I said.
Say what I say, what I said. Anybody else? How about 2 months? 3 months? Anybody for 4 months? How about 5 or 6? Anybody for 7 months? Anybody for 8 or 9 months? Anybody for 10 or 11 months? Would anybody like a 15-minute check? Yeah, might as well go now. 15 minutes. It still sucks out there, we know. Thank you for letting me be of service. If you're sober today, give yourself a round of applause. God.
All right, Joel, I've asked your friend to read the promises.
If you're thinking about the phase of our development, we will be made before we're halfway through. We're going to know new freedom and new happiness. We will not regret the past, nor will regret the life. We will conquer in the work serenity, and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we'll see how our experience has been together. The feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in self-esteem and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking in such a way that will attitude not with my life with him. Fear of people and economic security will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which is about us. We will suddenly realize that God has been for us, but we cannot do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? Is there a reason to fill among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, and we'll always be like people.
Thank you, Jacob. All right, Joel, circle up and pray up.
Oh, my bad.
David, will you take us up?
Who's father?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever and ever.
Come back, work.
Hey, Bubba. How you doing?
Every night. Every night. He's pretty. Mama,
Lucy, want to say hi?
There's a couple other people on
Cool. Just go on.
I'm not going to.
I got you.